High above Italy's Liri Valley, perched on a rocky promontory, stood the majestic Monte Cassino Abbey. Founded in 529 AD by Saint Benedict of Nursia, this monastery was not just a religious site. It was a cornerstone of Western civilization. For almost 1400 years, it survived the rise and fall of empires, the ravages of war, and the tremors of natural disasters. It remained a steadfast symbol of faith, scholarship, and human resilience. But in early 1944, this sacred beacon transformed into the epicenter of one of World War II's most harrowing and controversial chapters. As the Allied forces pushed northward through the boot of Italy, their momentum ground to a halt against a formidable obstacle, the Gustav Line. This was a sophisticated defensive system anchored by the German 10th Army, stretching across the peninsula from the Tyrrhenian Sea to the Adriatic. At the very heart of this line stood Monte Cassino. Its strategic position was undeniable. It overlooked Highway 6, the vital artery leading directly to Rome. For the Allies, capturing this height was not just an objective. It was an absolute necessity for the liberation of the capital. However, the mountain was a natural fortress, and the German paratroopers, the elite Green Devils, were determined to hold it at any cost. A cloud of uncertainty hung over the abbey. Allied commanders were convinced that German troops were using the monastery as an observation post to direct deadly artillery fire onto the valley below. Despite formal German assurances to the Vatican that the building was not being used for military purposes, and despite the absence of concrete proof, the pressure to act became overwhelming. General Mark Clark later described the situation as the most grueling and harrowing phase of the entire Italian campaign. On the morning of February 15, 1944, the silence of the mountains was shattered. In a mission called Operation Avenger, hundreds of Allied bombers, B-17s, B-25s, and B-20SIXS, unleashed a devastating rain of 600 tons of high explosives. Within a few hours, centuries of history were pulverized. One of Europe's most significant religious and cultural treasures was reduced to a jagged landscape of smoking ruins.